Hi, Grandma Debbie here. So Halloween is just right around the corner. In fact, it's a couple days away. And I thought it'd be fun if we made a couple little Halloween treats, or actually it's going to be a dinner. So we're going to make a Jack-O-Lantern and cheese bowl. And that will be fun. I think all you use is orange, bell peppers, and you make macaroni and cheese, and you fill it up. You cut out a little face. It'll be fun. And then we're going to do Jack-O-Lantern Cheeseburgers. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're having for dinner tonight, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think these recipes are super simple that you could actually do with your kids and make Halloween fun for them, if that's what you want to do, or you could do this just to have treats like this. All right, so let's get going. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep some food, or prep the ingredients. I don't even know what I'm talking about. We're going to prep the ingredients, and then we're going to get going on all the rest. All right, so come along with me for that. Okay, for some unknown reason, my video stopped. I don't know why. That's really weird. Okay, so we're doing the second one. I'm only doing 2. The recipe actually calls for 6, but I'm only doing 2. It's just 2 of us. But if you can do as many or as few as you want. I am going to make the full recipe of the mac and cheese, and then I'll just eat it in a bowl this week for lunch. Okay, second one's done. All right, so I'm going to put this top back on. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to leave these sitting here for a moment. And now we're going to shred up our cheese. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. So we had shredded some this weekend. We had tacos, and so we shredded it up for that. And so I'm just using what we already had shredded, and then I'll add to it, because this is not even a cup. So, and then the recipe calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese and 8 ounces of elbow macaroni. All right, so let's just grade this up here. Okay, that's 1.5 cups. And then we're going to need 1.5, or I'm sorry, 1.25 cups of half and half. All right, so we've got our prep work done. We're going to head over to the other side of the kitchen. Okay, so we're over on this side of the kitchen. We're going to boil the bell peppers. So I'm going to get my water going. I'm going to I'm going to salt it a lot, the water. And then I have an ice bath already ready to go after they are done. Now, I like to use stainless steel bowls for an ice bath because it retains the cold temperature. So it is ready to go for when these are done. We're going to boil them for about 3 minutes. Okay, so while that's happening, sorry guys, I had to read the instructions. Okay, so we're going to take the half and half, and we're going to simmer it over medium high or medium heat until it starts to simmer. And then we're going to continue simmering it until it has reduced down to a 3/4 of a cup. So, and simmering it is going to take about 10 minutes. So in the meantime, we're going to be working on this. We got everything going. It's looking good. And we're going to be using 8 ounces of elbow macaroni. All right, so I'm going to let this go. I need to go get the hamburger patties. And I'm just using the frozen discs that we get from Costco. So I need to go get those out of the freezer, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the half and half is simmering away. And I'm just going to just kind of keep stirring it so it doesn't stick. Or not stick, you know what I mean. Well, I guess it would stick, but so it doesn't burn on the bottom. Okay, the water is boiling, so I'm going to add in the bell peppers. And I'm going to cook them for about 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to add in 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to stir this until it's all melted. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for just a minute so I can do some other things. All right, so it's been almost, oops, I don't know what I'm pushing. I'm just pushing a lot of buttons. All right, so let's get this all into the ice bath. All right, and the water is still boiling. So I'm going to add in my 8 ounces of elbow macaroni. And we're going to cook this al dente. I'm actually going to turn it down just a tad. So we're going to set the timer for about 6 minutes. Okay, we're going to take these out of the water. And we're going to let them cool off. Or not cool off. We're going to let them dry off, drain. Okay, so while that happens, we're going to head back over to the other side of the kitchen. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat back on to my sauce. And I'm going to add in the cheddar cheese now. And I'm just going to stir this until it melts, or whisk it actually, until it's all melted. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm just going to let it sit here while the noodles continue to cook. Okay, I am going to reserve a little bit of the liquid for in case we need it. And then I'm going to dump this. And you're not going to rinse your noodles. Okay, now we're just going to dump the noodles in. And we're just going to mix it all together. And it looks like I am not going to need any pasta water. All right, so we're going to let this sit here, and we're going to head over to the other side of the kitchen and finish up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a little face. So you want to find the largest side, and you're just going to cut with a little knife. And I'm not very good at cutting out a mouth. I don't generally carve our pumpkins. That's usually my husband's job. So I'm going to do the best I can. You can make this as decorative as you want, or not as decorative, whatever you want to do. It is 100% up to you. Okay, here's my little jack-o'-lantern face. I don't know if you can see it. All right, so I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to drain off. Thought I drained it pretty good. I guess I did not. So let me dry it off some more. I might actually just let them sit here and dry off and then finish them up. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out as well, so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm actually waiting for my husband to get home from work so he can grill the burgers. And I'll do the faces on the cheese. I think on this one, instead of doing a mouth, I'm just going to do a nose. You can make them all different if you want. Like here's this one. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, right there. All right, so I'm just going to let these sit here and continue to dry out until my husband gets home, and we'll finish up. Okay, so my husband's home, and we got the burgers going on the grill, and all the burgers that we used are just burgers from Costco, the frozen disc ones. So now I'm going to cut out the face with the cheese. Once again, guys, you saw me with the other things. I'm not very good at it, so I'm going to do the best I can. All right, how's that look? Okay, so I'm going to put that on this plate over here. Oh, and then I broke it. Did you guys see that? I broke it. Oh, my word. Oh, well. Put it back together. I'll have to tell my husband that I broke it so he can be careful with it. Okay, on to the next one. Now, when you go to take them, I already broke that one right there.
Oh, okay.
So be careful. Maybe use a spatula or something.
You're doing a great job. I love it.
Thank you.
Now, does the dog get the little scraps?
Of course. Okay. How do those both look? I think they look cute. You could probably do like a white cheese and do ghosts. That would be cute. That'd be something up to you if that's what you want to do. I thought about doing that at one point. I did, but then I decided not to. All right, so I am going to take one. They've been drying here for a while, and I'm going to fill it. Now, I will admit that I added some salt and pepper. This has no seasoning whatsoever, and you know, you just kind of once in a while need a little bit of seasoning. Now, this recipe makes it for 6. There's only 2 of us, so that's okay. Now, I'm not sure which one goes to what, so I guess I have to move things around. I think this one goes to this one. All right. What do you guys think? Doesn't that look cute? Okay. Just gonna, oh, I got another one to fill. What am I doing? I don't even know, guys. All right, so the leftover mac and cheese I'm just gonna have for lunch this week. And as I said, I did add salt and pepper to it because it had no seasoning whatsoever. And I like a little bit of seasoning in my stuff. And my husband does too. So that's what I did. Now the bell peppers are completely cooked, so you could just serve them the way they are. And here's my little green thing. Whoops, let me turn it around. All right, how's that look? Isn't that cute? All right, so the burgers are done. And we're adding the cheese. Look at that go. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Oh, that one I had messed up. Okay, so they're going to melt a little bit, and then they will be ready to enjoy. Isn't that cute? So I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope you try these recipes. They're fun, they're cute, they're, something just different to do. And like I said, with the hamburgers, you could easily do a white cheese and do a ghost. As you can tell, I'm not very good at carving out things, so but maybe you're better at it than I am. So give it a try. Do whatever. I did think about finding a pattern for a ghost and do one with a ghost and one with a pumpkin, but this is what happened. So, and it looks great. I think my husband did a great job on the burgers, and we just use the frozen discs that we get from Costco, and he heats them up in the microwave for a few minutes, and then he puts them on the grill to finish cooking. And then we add the cheese and we're good to go. All right. Well, once again, thanks for coming along with me. Hit the like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe button. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.